We're back in the kitchen because this is the only place in this house that I have decent lighting. Like literally nowhere else in this house do I get decent lighting. And now the kitchen's lighting isn't that great because the little hall light right there that I was using is dead. So this is what we got. This is what I'm working with, but we gonna chat. Okay, so I'm going to do a story time on how I ended up in Miami, South Florida. So I have to take it back, like all the way back. Like I ended up a lot of different places before I ended up in South Florida. And the cool thing about this story time is that it also touches on manifestation and the power of the tongue at the same time. So I am from New Jersey, a very small town in New Jersey. And I'm very proud of where I'm from. You know, if you've met me, you know me personally, you know, like I scream it from the mountaintops. I wear everything that I've been through coming up in New Jersey. I wear it like, you know what I'm saying, a badge of honor. You know, I'm like very proud, very, very proud of all of those experiences. Okay, I tweaked something to give myself a little bit better lighting. It's driving me crazy. I wish that I could do something about it, but I really can't right now because that light takes a special bulb and I don't have any more in the house, so I have to go get some. But anyway, so like I was saying, let's go back. 2010, that fall, like, I was living in Jersey, you know, in my parents' house. I didn't have a job. The person I was dating at the time had an opportunity in Louisiana. And so he was already in Louisiana. And he had been there like 6 months before I ever made it to Louisiana, but he was already in Louisiana. And so the whole time that I'm in Jersey, like, you know, it's just like, you know, I miss him, but I'm also like, I have nothing going on really with myself. The plan was for him to get there, get stable, and then send for me. But I'm a hustler on my own, and once I'm eager about something on my own, I start making my own plan. And so I started applying for jobs in Louisiana. So at this time, by now, it's like August, September, and I applied for a very good company in Louisiana, a nationwide company, amazing benefits, like something I never experienced before, you know. And, you know, they didn't call me back, and I'm just like, all right, well, I'm here, I'm not doing nothing. I gotta get a job while I'm here because I'm running out of money. So I applied for this little seasonal telemarketing job. I don't know if, you know, people ever been on those kind of jobs, but sometimes you go on those jobs and what'll happen is it's like an open interview where you read a script and everybody take turns reading the script, and they'll say something like, okay, if you get a call by 5 o'clock, that means you got the job. If you don't hear from us, then that means you didn't get the job. So I'll never forget it. I'm laying in bed. I'm on the phone with the guy that I'm dating. I'm just crying, you know. And it's after 5, and I'm like, you know, they didn't call me back, so that means I didn't get it. And while I'm on the phone with him, going on about this, my email goes off, you know, on my phone. And so I'm on the phone with him, I put it on speaker, and I check the email, and it's an offer letter from the company in Louisiana. And we were both on the phone just like, wow. So long story short, that following month, I was on a flight with suitcases full of everything that I owned to Louisiana, start my new life with him in the swamps of Louisiana. Like, we were in the swamps, okay? Great experience. Like, that experience right there changed my life forever because even though it was real backwoods, real country, just way too slow paced for me, we spent 3 years there, and that was my first time leaving my family, you know, like going off to, you know, just running off with a boy, and we don't have nothing. And, you know, a month into working for the company, getting us an apartment, flourishing, like on a level that neither of us had ever experienced. It was a dope experience, you know, and we stayed there, like I said, for 3 years, you know. But then I was like, man, it's time to go. Like, you know, it's nothing happening here for either of us, honestly. So, you know, he had took me to Miami a couple times in that time frame. You see, he had a family down here, you know, to like have a good time, and we would go spend time with his family. And I was like, man, I want this. Like, I need to live here. I'm gonna live here. And so went back home, and then when it got closer to the lease being up, I'm like, you know what? I've been here. I'm gonna just try to go to Florida. So I remember applying for the transfer, us looking at apartments in Florida, and I'll never forget it. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. I had never seen anything like it. And I was just like, by this time, this is 2012. I was just like, man, I'm gonna live here. Like, this is beautiful. It was on a lake, and it was palm trees, and it was just so gorgeous. And I was just like, man, this is gonna be our place. And I remember him looking at me crazy, like, yo, this, you bugging. But anyway, long story short, they were taking forever to reach out to me. And I was like, I don't wanna be stuck in Louisiana. Florida's not getting back to me. F it. Let's see what Atlanta hit for. So I applied for a transfer to Atlanta too. I don't remember in which order, but long story short, I did really well in the Florida interview, but I wind up taking the Atlanta transfer. And we wind up packing up and moving to Atlanta. So Atlanta, I'm gonna save that for another time. But all I'm gonna say, anybody that know me personally know I do not like Atlanta. It was not a good experience. I take pride in just chilling. Like, I take pride in going to the pool without makeup, or going to take the trash out without makeup. Like, everything don't have to be an event with me, and I just didn't fit in. And not that I'm supposed to, but at that time in my life, I'm young. I don't have a child. Person I'm dating is living his own life, doing his own thing. He had his own career, you know, traveling. I was always by myself, and I just could not make friends. I was in Atlanta, and I just really it didn't vibe with me. I could not enjoy it. And then 10 months into that, I got pregnant. But that was a blessing. And I was like, all right, I'm out of here. I'm going back home to Jersey, because I know that I'm gonna be alone a lot because of your lifestyle and what you do for a living. And I don't want to be down here pregnant by myself. I want to experience this with my mom. Like, I want to be around my mom and like my immediate family, you know, my siblings. My dad was in Jersey at the time, and my stepmom and my stepdad. And I was just like, yeah, I'm going home to have this baby. So 2 months later, we packed it up and went back home to Jersey. You know, it set us up for a lot of things. But at the time, like, it was like a dark cloud. Like, we were so, like, 3 days into it, we were like, yo, what have we done? Like, you know, and there was nothing we could do about it. I had to sit still, and I'm pregnant. And, you know, that was a big move. And it just, the reason why it was crazy is because, first of all, we outgrew where we were from by this point. You know, we weren't this, I for sure wasn't the same from when I left in 2010, you know, and so we really didn't even tell people we were back. Like, nobody knew we lived in Jersey, but nobody knew. Hold on, just, Kylie, please stop banging. But I'm trying to do my video. Thank you. And we knew 3 days into it that we was out of there as soon as we could be. We had our daughter, and then that July we were out of there, and we came to Florida. I'm like, we out of here, we going to Florida. And we were in Florida. And the beauty of it all, that December, 2 months before I had my daughter, we went to Miami again. We were living in Jersey at this time, went to Miami again for his birthday. And while pregnant, we went to go look at the place. The place that I saw in 2012 before we moved to Atlanta, thinking I was moving to Florida, but wound up living in Atlanta. We went to go look at that place. I never forgot about that place. I stalked this place for years. And we went to go look at this place while I was pregnant. And we were like, we're gonna live here. Like, we were on the beach. I remember it's December. It was 80 degrees. We on the sand and the water, and it's young girls. Because it was probably Christmas break by this time, you know, it was holiday break. So kids were out on the beach, and I was like, this is how I want my daughter to grow up. This is how I want to raise her. You know, this is what I want her life to be like. So that was that. Then April, for my birthday, at the time my daughter was only like 6 weeks, if that. he took me to Miami again so that it was my birthday, but also so that the family down there could see the baby. And I just remember the photo that we posted of us sitting on the beach, and I said, man, I can't wait to live here, or I'm going to live here. And we went to go look at the place again, and it just solidified everything. It was like, this is what we doing. So we was telling the family down here, and they're like, yeah, yeah, because people will probably always say that. That was April. By July, we was with a U-Haul truck with a car attached to the back with our baby in the carrier on that highway, 30-hour drive to South Florida. I just remember when we, arrived. I can't even describe to you like how amazing, thinking back, like how amazing stuff like that feels, because you really can control your life. Like, you really have control over what you wanted in life. And everything I wanted to have, I had it. I mean, literally to the T, because down to that same apartment that I looked at in 2012, and 2 years later, after moving to 2 different states, I still ended up right where I said I would, in South Florida. People always ask me, like, why here? And I'm just like, because it's South Florida. It's like the American dream, That is how I ended up in South Florida. My baby, she was only 3 months at the time, and she is 4 now, so she's like a real life Floridian, okay? She don't know nothing about nobody's winter. It's cool, it's real, real cool, because I'm giving her exactly what I said I would. The life that I envisioned for her when she was in my belly, and like, I was standing on the beach here, like, this is what I want for her. This is what she's gonna have. And it's really dope. It's really dope to say I did it. I'm not the perfect mom by any means, but I know I love my daughter with all my heart, and everything I do is for her when I'm doing it at the end of the day. So I'm just proud of myself for giving her the life that I always imagined and dreamed of. And I'm just, glory to God, that she is smart and healthy and beautiful, and she just have a dope life. Like, she lit. As a matter of fact, we just came back from the fair, and we was recording a lot for her vlog, for her channel. So make sure that you guys are not only subscribed to me, but make sure you go subscribe to Kylie Rebel, KILEYREBEL, and like her videos, and like her channel, because she's living her best life. I would say, like I always do, give me some topics, tell me some things that you guys want to hear about, whether we talking about giving advice or whether you want to hear another story time, because I got stories for days. That one was a safe story, to be honest. Like, I was just like, what am I going to talk about? Like, this was just me being safe, because I don't want to just jump out the window with the stories, but I got stories. Like, we could get hood, crazy, relationships, drama, friendships, whatever. Tell me what kind of stories I should do, and I'll do more stories. And like I said, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you, guys.